I'm proud of our industry. I unapologetically support this industry. I think we do things that nowhere else in the world can be done. We're the best. We have the best people. We have the best equipment. We have the best regulatory environment. And it's part of the reason why I want to shift to Oil Respect and the campaign that we launched, which is really demanding respect for an institution and industry that is the best in the world and leaders in the world. Now, the first is we want to tackle the misinformation and half-truths that are spread about the oil and gas industry. And we know who these people are. They are the Leonardo DiCaprios. They're the Neil Youngs. They're the Mayor Coders of Montreal that doesn't believe in jobs and energy prosperity for all of Canadians. Secondly, we want to give regular people an opportunity to stand up for this industry. Those of you who are working in this industry, who may have been laid off in this industry, have friends, family who support this industry coast to coast. And we know this is a national industry. We know that the benefits are stretched across the country. And we want to give regular, hardworking Canadians who have often been on the sidelines. And we know the radical environmental groups are out there spilling misinformation and falsehoods about the industry. And regular Canadians are now wanting a platform to raise their hand and say, I demand respect for this industry because it's important for my family and my fellow Canadians. And finally, we want to remind the public, media and government, that the reason why Canada has some of the highest living standards anywhere else on the planet is because we're able to consume affordable fossil fuels and we're able to produce them responsibly here in Western Canada. Right now, we are in some of the most difficult times that we've seen in a generation. It's a cyclical industry, and we know that occasionally we're going to go through periods of low prices, job losses, and consolidations. Now, according to Statistics Canada and the Canadian Association of Petroleum Producers, our industry has lost more than 110,000 jobs. As I had said before, it's the worst downturn we've seen since the 1980s. Now, oil workers and oil families aren't just losing their jobs. Oil workers and oil families are losing their homes. Businesses are absolutely going bankrupt. Over the past year, we have all read countless stories of men and women who are going through incredibly difficult times. And almost all of us know people who have lost their jobs, and the job prospects for future employment are certainly uncertain. Now, the Prime Minister was in Western Canada a few weeks back. On the one hand, the Prime Minister is looking for support from Western Canadians. Yet he is unwilling to be the champion that we need in this country and champion the industry that is the very lifeblood of the Alberta economy, the Western Canadian economy, and quite frankly, the Canadian economy as a whole. Now, it did not help that recently the Federal Minister of the Environment has stated publicly that she is not certain of the future of oil and gas in Canada because of the new federal climate change strategy. The federal government has introduced unnecessary regulatory barriers on new pipeline projects instead of educating the population, Canadians, on the robustness of the National Energy Board's review process. Now, based on these decisions and statements, it really is unclear whose side the Prime Minister is really on. And of course, we have the federal NDP and the LEAP Manifesto, which recently came out and called for the end of the oil and gas industry and the 500,000 men and women who work in this industry in Western Canada and across the country. These are some very trying political times for industry, both economically and politically. And it's time for us to start raising our hand and being heard. Promote oil respect in your social networks. Encourage your employees, your family, your friends to get involved. Check out our website, oilrespect.ca, and share these personal stories with your colleagues. And if you have personal stories that you would like to share with us, I'd be happy to put those on our website as well. We have to start speaking out and sharing these personal stories and humanizing the human toll that we're experiencing here in the Patch. I encourage you to write a letter to the Prime Minister, your MP, and your MLA. Sign the petitions. We have 4 petitions that are on our website. I'd encourage you to follow on Twitter and like us on Facebook. Proudly display your bumper sticker and t-shirts and send